Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to 2.5 hours of left field music, less so, more so, new stuff, old stuff, and maybe a few surprises. Definitely some surprises. Hello Pinapa, hello Future Phase, hello Thomas, and thank you Thomas for an early tip in the coffee jar supporting the channel. If you're new to the channel, Thomas just followed the links in the description of the video and left a tip to your DJ of the night, of the day, of whenever you're watching this. I will thank you during the next stream if you do support during the week or whenever. Hello X-Rich, how you doing? Hello Mauricio, hello Christian, hello Dagon, Millennium Mambo. Yeah, I did a sort of community stream last Sunday. One of these, 5 hours long. Yeah, that was after the CD special, the same video, and someone mentioned the record I'm playing right now. So I pulled it off and I've been listening to it tonight, this week. Yeah, it's a record very famous for one track. We're listening to another one here. Hello, Mrs. Buffalo's Worth. Well, that's a nice thought. Hello, Donder God. Was it you, Thomas? Might have been you, huh? Hello, Early Daniel. Nice to see you. What a week. What a week. Not 151, no. But this is, hello GCs. This is Lil Louis. It's the B-side of French Kiss. French Kiss, one of the absolute founding moments of acid house techno. Well, acid house, yeah, for sure, in this case. But a little harder than the other stuff from back then. Yes. Jupiter indeed. Hello, hey Joe. Incredible. Yeah, this is the original pressing with the stamp. It's a record I bought it a few times, I must confess. Usually you find it in not the best shape, but yeah, this is obviously, as you can hear, a very clean copy. It's not a very expensive record if I remember correctly. Let me check for you. Such a simple track, but also genre definer, huh? Wow, I got 3 copies in my... yeah, 1989. Fairly cheap. So, how is everyone doing? Anyone got some digging stories from the past week? Since last stream? Huh. I didn't notice I'm reversed here. Well, how do I change that? That hasn't happened in a while. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh no, yeah. Lil Louis, here you go. Yeah, so it's the middle of summer. It's a little it's not the most active time of the year when it comes to new releases. There's still some stuff, and some stuff getting its way to me. Hey Bernd, nice to see you live. How was the trip? Hello Max. Yeah, exactly. Hello DJ Armstrong. Oh, I saw you before, yeah. Oh yeah, is it now? Well, I guess the world never ceases to look back. Oh, okay. Future Face, that's a fun book. I think our friend Sagan, who's sometimes in the chat, I think she's featured in that book. She has like a little bit of a blurb in it. And also, I must say thank you to Bernd Kugoff for leaving an early tip as well in the coffee jar, as well as the other Bernd of the show, Bernd Euler. Thank you. So what we're listening to now, a little throwback from the past again. On Clang Gallery, Tendrils, Colin Potter. Wow, almost 25 years old. 2002. Yeah, at the time, Clang Gallery did a series of 7 inches by most of the crew surrounding Colin Potter and Steven Stapleton, Nurse's Wound. And these were quite limited. I don't remember exactly how much, but let's see. I think they were quite limited. Colin Potter, who's been part of Nurse's Wound for quite a while now, started early with his minimal electronics, which I'm not the biggest fan of necessarily, but this I really liked. Oh, it's still affordable. Let's see. Yeah, I'll link it in the chat. Sort of crepuscular, post-industrial minimalism. Here you go. Hello, Mr. Zosh, how you doing? Well, I hope the record stores were kind to you as well. Ah, well, salut Magic Berber. Yeah, that's that time of the year, right? That's when we should actually do it, because probably less traffic right now. which means, yeah, good time for reflection, as they say. But yeah, there's been a bunch of I spent a shitload of time digging through the catalogs of a few entities that turned out to be very rewarding, and you'll soon see the result. But more than that, I actually wanted to share something else as well. Let's see. No, this is the wrong record. The next record is a record I already played here a while ago, but I didn't play the track I intended to play. So here's the correction. Yeah, there's a little bit of a connecting issue here. Sorry about that. I'll try to fix it now. A little better. Hello Jan, how you doing? Ah, nice. No, my hunting jacket, that's another one. And this one is this is with a bonsai, and I'm not a vegan. Unfortunately. Hello Marcos, how you doing? Yeah, the weather is starting to be more merciful. Hello DJ Fancy Lad, how you doing? So we're listening to this old compilation from the Low Recording label, Spaciousness. That features an amazing cast of musicians: Abul Mogar, John Type with Ulrich Schnauz, Susumu Yokota, remixed by DK, Seahawks with Lara G, Carlos Nino, and the track we're listening to, Teleplasmist, which is the band of Michael York from Coil and Utopia Strong, amongst other things. And I planned to play that track a long time ago when I when I got the record, and I played another one because of some misreading of this, as you can see, very cryptic track listing and design. It's a double LP, and it's one of these rare compilations where you get it for a few names. These names actually deliver some great stuff, and most of the stuff you didn't know about on this record is actually a whole bunch of new doors to open. Cheers, Frank. Thank you, Frank, for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar as well. Merci beaucoup. So let me cue the next track and tell you a little bit of a story about AI. Did I link that compilation, by the way? No, I didn't. No, I did. Sorry. Hello, Grass. How you doing? Are you DJing tonight? Hello, Frank GBL. So, psychedelic music here, electronic psychedelic music at its best. And this week I learned quite a lot about music at its worst, I would say. So I know everyone's talking about Suno and everything going on with the AI world, where all the money is going right now. Well, this week I had a meeting with the tech chief of Servo, which is a marketplace for digital music, in the sense that this is the marketplace where you buy the licensing rights of music. It's an app that you can use directly on all the main editing tools such as Adobe Premiere. So it's integrated already there. Integrated, and so basically you can seek out through hundreds of thousands of tracks in there, and you cue it directly to the video you're using, so you know exactly how much time you're using, and it automatically calculates how much it will cost you depending on how long you want the license for. If it's for a movie, then it's forever, but all the other cases differ. And what was enlightening about it was how I didn't expect to find tracks by bands such as Coil there, but it doesn't matter because it's a search engine within a large marketplace that works with keywords. Let me give you an example of how this used to work. Something we might listen to later. A library soundtrack with a track described with words, descriptive words. So basically, you look for certain specific keywords, and they offer you a bunch of options, alternatives. If you're looking for a track that's not in the database, they will also analyze the track and give you analogs of that track. Not AI, mind you, but still. And then you can use it and you're automatically billed. Very convenient. The problem here is that, firstly, it takes away the job of music creation, and adds it to the job of the editor, who doesn't necessarily know much about music. But the larger problem is that it literally turns any music into library music. And I saw sort of a gloomy future for music. I'm already of the belief that music is on a path of becoming somewhat irrelevant in the most exposed culture. Not like that, it's losing some of its ground, and this is gonna make it go worse, I think. And it's a shame, because when there's still music like this being released, and this is oh my god, this is absolutely stunning. Hello Rich, how you doing? Well, good for you, Grass. Hello Greg Jones, how you doing? Ah, oh well, that's funny, I showed that record then. Ah, nice. Good catch, Thomas. Yeah, it is, that compilation. You can still get it at a normal price. Yeah, this year is absolutely fantastic. And they can even give you stems, indeed, Grass. So the record we're listening to now was technically released last year. But I just got it. From an artist who's somewhat close to the stream, since when I started this channel in 2020, she had an album out that I put in my favorite albums of the year, my like top 10, top 20, I don't remember, when I still had time to these ratings. But we played her 2 weeks ago, I believe, already, for another project. Hello Jens. This is the first vinyl release of Anushka Chkheidze and Robert Lippok. They've been doing some stuff together for a while now. I believe they might have a larger partnership than just musical, but who knows. This came out on More Music. More Music, a label that's been around for a while now. I remember getting Thomas More in the studio at a radio station back then, in the very beginning, the very first few releases, when it was sort of like a pastoral IDM label. Very nice stuff indeed. We're listening to Uncomfortable Thoughts. Here's the link to that album, at least the Discogs link. Then I encourage you to seek it out through online record stores or your local record store or Bandcamp. It should still be available. The first record, Halfy, was sort of reminded me of what I was missing since Aphex Twin's return back in 2013. Hello Chris, comment vas-tu? From Georgia, from a collective of female electronic music composers. I played a couple of compilations she was part of there. And 2 weeks ago, this project, TSA in Transmission, which is part of, featuring sort of ambient jazz, avant-garde, and collaborations between her and Daniel Adikashvili. Great stuff. I remember quite a few of you in the chat liked it and ordered it. But this album with Robert Lippok, if you don't know who Robert Lippok is, he's been a mainstay figure of German avant-garde music, electronic music since the mid-80s, I would say. But most of you would know him for his project To Rococo Rot with Stefan Schneider from Kreidler. Stefan, who was playing at the Tumult Festival last year. Good news on that front. Tumult 3 is happening next year for sure. Probably the way we intended it for this year, which we couldn't do. But that's for another story. Yeah, very, very nice. I don't think so. But you know what? Cheers, Greg. I don't think it's a debate, but it is interesting to see how that partnership bloomed. Obviously, not obviously, but in a way I felt, I don't want to compare it to Chris and Cozy, but there might be an obvious parallel. And maybe Anushka will tell us about it. Let's try the sound. How are you doing, Anushka?
I'm good, little tired. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm so happy to have you.
Me too. It's my first time to be on YouTube.
Well, a first time for everything. Hopefully this one is one of the good ones, of the good things. Yeah, I've been, as I don't know if you were listening to me, I suppose so.
A little bit, yes.
When Halfie came out, it came out obviously of nowhere because there was no reference point for me about you. It was your first album. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you had been doing music, part of that collective. Is it a collective, what I'm talking about?
It's not really a collective. It was kind of music college in Tbilisi. And I was going there to learn programs and stuff. So then they build up the label, and slowly in Tbilisi, women producers have been growing, and I was part of that because I was very small that time. So they decided to like empower female artists and made the compilation. So it's not really collective, but a very good friend group who were just trying to do that.
Yeah, there were, for those who don't know or don't remember, there were 2 volumes on vinyl of compilations featuring tracks by Anushka and others who have been featured here as well since then. But when Halfie came out, is it fair for me to say that, like, I could hear that, like, you obviously enjoyed Aphex Twin back then?
I love Warp Records. I always did.
But as I was saying, honestly, I checked out with Cyro in 2013. I don't think it's bad music, but it just didn't add anything to me. And when you do beats and this sort of IDM music, it doesn't just remind me of the good old Aphex Twin. It just tells me that it's still possible to do something beautiful, romantic, and personal in that field of music.
That's a big compliment for me.
Well, I mean it, and which is why obviously I've been ongoingly following your career. And 2 weeks ago we played this record that is also very a sort of hybrid project. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So the music, what is also on the tab, the two of them, it was already my production beforehand, but unreleased because I started project with live drummer. It's still my compositions, but I always wanted, because I figured out that I was trying in my produced music that I was trying to include live drum elements just to do myself with samples and stuff, and I was so curious to finally work with live drummer. And I was lucky because Daniel is someone who also really loves this kind of music and break beats, and I don't know how to call it, but between experimenting a little bit, maybe it could be also fusion, I don't know, it's like a mixture of things.
It felt live, which is I think the crux
Yeah,
of
it was.
if it's successful it should feel live. And
Yeah,
you named breakbeat. Breakbeat is sort of a formula, and you broke down the formula into that, and it was beautiful. Obviously, it's not just you on it. There's tracks by Chkheidze and the Mess
Veronica.
Montage, which
Yeah,
I thought was
yeah.
absolutely wonderful. And I must thank you for. I contacted you about it, like because I heard it online, and at first, since it's also a Georgian release, it's not as smooth to get these. It takes a little while, and I get excited fast. So
Yeah,
you put some oil in the mechanics of of this reaching me.
and
So
I
thank
have
you.
not listened to it on vinyl yet. That's so strange because it's not shipped to. I'm now in Utrecht, Netherlands,
Yeah.
and it's in my house in Georgia, but I have not been there, so it's like you listened it first.
Well, it sounds great. It's I don't. I used to run a pressing plant, so this is something that I care about as well. But now we've listened to the first side, the first track of the B side here. That I thought was like absolutely like love at first ear, uncontrollable thoughts. This is you with Robert Lippok, who the first time I heard about a connection between you and him was you did a sound installation at a festival like 2 or 3 years ago, I think in Germany, and he was playing there as well. And then last year you did a collaboration, like digital album with him and other people. But this is the first proper release of the two of you, right?
It's not really first proper release. I met Robert in Tbilisi because he was working on the project Glacier Music. We were recording field recordings in the mountains of Georgia, how it was melting. So I was first time in Georgia at that time in the school, in the same school, what we mentioned about collective.
Yeah.
So he was making workshop and he met me, so he was curious to work with me also. And it was just first sight click that we wanted to play together.
Yeah. Was
So
it
the
that project like helmed by the EU about different sound artists recording the glaciers?
I think it was originally Robert's project from already 2013,
Okay.
firstly in Kazakhstan, then in Georgia. So I was just part of collective that time as a one of the musicians. So first release was Glacier Music 2 with him, but there was like lots of people involved. And our duo, it's like a first one, first time,
Okay.
like Uncontrollable Thoughts.
But very different types of music production than this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. It was more earlier production from Glacier Music was connected more like also Georgian folk songs because I was singing in a choir in a folk music. So first connection was that, and then more like in my individual stuff, I would say.
So how did it come about? So is Robert also in Utrecht?
No, he's living in Berlin.
In Berlin.
I think from the Glacier Music we had already good workflow. that we were just improvising. Um, and I just saw that. That's great that you are coming to Cologne. And yeah, we have been working like just improvising and playing,
Mm.
recording and improvising. It was never like so much post production and editing. It was always like a play duo together. So our lives nowadays are also, if we play together, it's also like that, like mostly improvised. We have always like themes because we play also in Berlin this album Uncontrollable Thoughts end of the month, but it will be also a little bit different, I would say, than the album itself.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even notice that I played the title track. That so what does it represent? What does this record represent to you in terms of like what you've done so far? Is it something like an escapade, or is it like your direction now, or what is it for you?
Good question. Because I always think about this album that I'm very happy about this album because I never do this music only by myself. This type of music, I would say. I
Mm.
have certain things what I really love to do myself, as you mentioned already, like maybe connected with IDM or sometimes even earlier techno or electronica. Sometimes it's mixture. But when I play with Robert, somehow I'm kind of going back to my childhood to try to use my voice or play on the piano because I was piano player, or I don't know, be more slow in the process and just play on the keys and or on the bass or keyboard. Because when I do production myself, I'm like I don't know, I have more sense and I'm more controlled, I would say. That's why this album was for us that we were just really making long sessions to play together and record everything and just choose material. So it was not, it was so beautiful process, no pressure, kind of. And it's something what I never do when I do music only myself.
Now I'll make you do something you maybe don't do either often.
Hmm.
I'll listen to one of the tracks of the album with you.
Oh my God. Okay.
We're listening to the opening track of the album, Bird Song, which is one of my favorite tracks of the album. So I guess not for you, but for me and us here, it's a little bit of a game of who's doing what there.
Yeah, that's always a tricky question.
Yeah.
I have answer, but
So I would assume that since you told us you're a pianist, are you doing the sort of prepared piano there?
actually these things are coming from Robert,
Yeah.
but this kind of organ sound coming from me because I was playing live.
What I love about your music is how it has a lot of what I always look for in great music, tension, but also at the same time a sense of beauty. It's there is something that keeps you on your edge, but it's also for a great purpose. It's not just to and also the release is you sense it's coming, but it's never fully there.
Yeah. Today I was rehearsing this track. It's so strange. Now I'm really listening what I was making by mistake.
Hello, Angie. So do the melodies come a little bit with you humming and singing, or what?
I'm playing on the, I don't remember which plugin I use, but it's from Ableton. I know.
Yeah. But I mean, I think you kind of checked from distance a little bit what's I've been playing or what's going on in this channel and this stream, and I love. I mean, I feature as much folk music and folklore music from all around the world as avant-garde music, modern music, electronic music. And you coming from a region of the world where folklore music is probably what it's most known for, this region of the world. And you told us that you sing in choir, or did I understand correctly?
Yeah, that's.
Is how does that? How do you see the DNA of that in this music? Do you even see it? I think I do.
I always see, but I don't think others could. I don't know. You said that you see that also. For me, it's like choral music really helped me to expand in my brain the harmony, the polyphonic music. So I can't, even if I do something very minimalistic in the harmonies, I can't make harmony or polyphonic structure. I always love to make it. And also I feel in Georgian traditional songs, there's a very special bass sounds. So this is always guiding me how to use bass on the synthesizer. I always explain that to Robert as well, and he also said several times to me that you have this. And it's coming from the singing in a choir, because you are learning a little bit of everybody's structure. So for me, traditional music choir structure is really helpful for my music, if it makes sense.
I think it does, yeah. Thank you for explaining that. Is what's next for you? Like now you're touring this album, and sorry for being intrusive, and please, like, if you don't want to say, but is this also, as I suspected, sort of the result of not just a musical collaboration between you and Robert?
What do you mean?
Is it also a partnership in life you have?
No, I mean, what type of partnership? We are friends, if you mean that. But we have huge age gap. I'm not ageist, but I was very tiny, small when Robert met me. I was just 19 maybe. And now I'm 28. Robert is 60.
Oh yeah, that's a huge gap. Yeah.
We are more like he's always taking care of me as a person. He has beautiful wife and etc. But we really have something very special about the music. So we're like everyday friends chatting, and future is that we are also releasing new music very soon
I
together.
think I was asking because from all the music I've heard of the two of you, the digital stuff and this, yeah, it really felt that this is a quite special connection you have that seems more than just two musicians who respect them, each other and do collaboration.
Yeah, that's true. Because also when we have lots of other, how could I say, projects together, not just the releasing music. For example, I was part of exhibition, and I was part of exhibition with Robert, and every member was feeling that also, that we are very close friends. And because I'm coming from Georgia and there's no music business, there was not, and still industry, there's so many talented people, they're making some
Yeah.
great festivals, but industry is very weak, I would say. It's not really existing in a way that artist rights and etc. So I think I never had also from family or around someone who could mentor a little bit to you how to guide yourself, since I moved especially to Netherlands last 4 years. So Robert was always someone who I could check up things or ask very important questions about my career. I never call it like that, but I don't know. I can't find the word right now. So that's maybe why that I really rely on him about these kind of things.
Well, it makes sense, and I don't know if I missed others back then, but in a way, I think in 2020 you were sort of a herald of maybe not a collective, maybe not necessarily an organic scene of musicians, but in the past few years there's been, as you said, there's maybe not like a huge or at all a music industry in Georgia, but there's been musicians that, as far as I'm concerned, have managed to seize the zeitgeist. Earlier this year I had Ani Zakharishvili, who came on the
He is
stream as
also my
well.
friend. Yeah.
And that album, absolutely fantastic, even if it's a little bit different than what she's usually doing. She's more like beat dance music, and she did an album that was more ambient. And
She's always doing that. You should see her DJ sets. People are dancing, but her music, what she's composing, it's so beautiful. I really love her music too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Very spontaneously. Not so spontaneously that you came and I didn't know, but but we only talked about it today. So that was very cool of you to trust me to do it that way. And here's the link to the Bandcamp of the album. Fortunately, it's Robert's Bandcamp. So do you have your own Bandcamp for it, or?
The special thing about your streaming is that some people mentioned also Clean Clear White here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say that I think someone through your platform find out my halfie.
Yeah.
And that's why nowadays Clean Clear White is existing.
Oh.
Actually, because they were searching artists for this special project, and I think it happened through your platform. I'm not 100% sure, but something is between.
It's a small world, and the people who come here usually are very curious and dedicated to not just listening to the music, but a lot of getting the music for themselves. So there's a lot of beautiful synchronicities that I've seen happening here, and hopefully this will go on for a while. Now there's a music festival around it, so I'll talk about it to you for next year, and and we'll see. Hopefully there'll be lots more from you soon. Is there already something lined up before the end of the year?
Yes, because we just released, me and Robert, new singles, so new music will come very soon.
Okay. Hopefully on vinyl. And thank
Yes,
you again.
vinyl.
And I'll talk to you later. And thank you again. Everyone seemed to love it, so that's
Thank
great.
you. Bye.
Merci. Bye bye. How was that? Whew, so yeah, I finally got the Anushka's record, and I just asked spontaneously today. We've talked a little bit before, but so that happened quite spontaneously, as I was saying, and so I hope you got some fun insight on the album, and just go and check the whole album on the Bandcamp. I'll link it again for the third time. Here it is. Make up your mind and support your artist and support your DJ of the night. Follow the links in the description of the video if you don't know already, and tip your DJ of the night. This is very helpful. This is how this is all happening every week, and more is coming, and voila. Let's see what you guys said here. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Max. Yeah, it's... You can see this music as having a dimension of functionality, but there's still the tension, which means that it's a very active relaxation, an intellectual one as well, not just a mechanical one. Cheers, Future Face. Well, so now playing a record I haven't listened to for a while, that I always see it on my shelves and remember it fondly, but there's always a reason to listen to something else, which is not a good reason. Thank you, Mr. Zosh, by the way, for indeed leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. We're listening to a great album of jazz history. Jazz Realities, Carla Bley, Mike Mentler, Steve Lacy, my darling Steve, Ken Carter and Aldo Romano on the Fontana label. Recorded in the Netherlands, nearby where Anushka lives nowadays. We're listening to a composition by Carla Bley. Most of the record is it's either her or Mike Mentler. I mean, they were both. What was the name of that band? The Connection. They did a lot together. This is part of a series of albums with the same aesthetic. Now, in my mind, this is something that's always been like known and collected, but sometimes I discuss this series with friends and they never listen to it, they don't know about it, so my biases, my insecurities of thinking that everyone knows everything already, like who's gonna care about this? But no, this is great. Mike Mentler on trumpet here. Hello Bobby, how you doing? Well, we're quite a little bit of a collective of lovers of that record. What would you describe that color as? And don't be polite. If you don't want to be like Just say what you think. This is like between orange and yellow. And I can't help but think of a color, especially after I ate asparagus. Yellow gold, yeah. The record comes also quite cool inner sleeve. Really love that one. Recorded and mixed between 23 and 24 in Berlin and Utrecht, so back and forth. Almost mustard, yeah. Jaune dice, okay. Marigold. It's not a game, by the way. Huh? There's no prize. I just wanted to make you guys work a little bit. There you go. Well, let's hope you have some sway then. So where could we go next from there? There's an album that I constantly, over the past 30 years, named part of my top 30 favorite albums ever. And I think I probably mentioned it here before, but I might have never played it. And last week, during that Sunday stream, someone mentioned that artist, and I was about to pick up a pile of his records and start to talk and show them, and there was no time. So I spent some time this week going through his discography again, because I like him, and I played a lot of his records before, but I don't think I played that one, and it's the first one I ever got from him. Let me give you the link, by the way, of that record we're listening to. Yeah, the Jazz Composers Orchestra is sort of a bigger version of that. So here's the link. Jazz Realities. I think there's probably a couple of pressings of that, at least a Japanese pressing. Yeah, there's a few. And this is from 1966. It's not a cheap record, not like catastrophically expensive, but there might be cheaper versions of that. Yeah, this is the original price I was playing. Great Fontana label, which exists. I don't know if they still exist, at least with physical media. I think it's a label that have some Saint Etienne albums, the indie band from the 90s. Hello Kaylee, how you doing? So, Who knows that record we're listening to? I love the whole album. This is not necessarily the most representative track of the album. I believe this is like from 1980, maybe 81. 81, yeah. Oh, I love this record. It's still fairly cheap, and there's a reissue of that is still available, I believe. No one, no one knows who this artist is yet, without Shazam. I want to play a little bit of that record. It's such a huge favorite of mine. By the way, if you is the chat frozen? Can someone write something in the chat? I don't see anything happening. If you haven't already, by all means, like the video. If you're watching this whenever, leave us a comment to let me know what you thought about the stream so far. Okay, so you guys all know that this is Rodelius, Lost Vandal, on Sky Records. Sort of pastoral, medieval crowd rock. Why not? You don't necessarily expect Rodelius with drums like that, especially on his solo album. But that was my introduction to his solo career. I bought Sowieso for Cluster and this record. And these were the two only records of the Cluster Galaxy I had for a few years before I started to expand on discovering the wife of the discography. True that. Absolutely, do that, Marcos. Now there's a bunch of tracks like that as well, which is more traditional Rodelius. And as far as his solo piano stuff, this is my favorite album of his, still. So it's seen a lot of love. It's not, it's in okay condition. Thank you, Marcos, for the nice little tip as well in the coffee jar. Last week was a great week in terms of the support for the tipping. This week is starting much slower, but sometimes it's like that. We'll see. You never know. And yes, as Marcos was saying, just consider You're spending a couple of hours, if not more, here. So buy me a beer. It will turn up back as a record that you might enjoy and discover. Yeah, so small, short vignettes like that. Yeah, it's... Love this. No, not on this one. Kefir Geek, yeah, he often plays these shows. I've seen him a bunch of times, and most often for a small audience. Sometimes in fancy clubs, theaters. Often very intimate indeed. Here you get like more of the cluster vibe, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Brian Eno latched on them back then. There's a couple of records, Brian Eno with Cluster or Eno, Rodelius, Moebius. I like these records, but nothing compares to the original, I would say. Just checking if the next record I played last week or not. I had like a memory lapse. I didn't. And I'm just playing the B side here. I think the A side is... it catches you from the very start. The A side is more like that track for the most part. Cheers, Daniel. And cheers, Rafal. Thank you, Rafal, for leaving a nice tip in the coffee jar as well. Merci. Now we get to the heavy stuff. Yeah. I played it back then when it was released. This one, absolutely amazing. Tape music though, not piano stuff. This one is for John Levinson and Stefan Geek. And everyone who likes it. And everyone who doesn't. You got no choice. Well, you always can tune off. This is Jacob Druckmann. On the Composers Recordings Incorporated. This one is from 1969. We're listening to Animus 2. Jan De Gattegny, mezzo-soprano, Richard Fitz and Gordon Gottlieb on percussion, and an electronic tape realized at the Columbia Princeton Electronic Music Center by Jacob Druckmann. Is this one a cheap CRI? Most of them are, so there's a good chance that it's the case as well for this one. Let's see. I have a bunch of records featuring Jacob Druckmann. American composer, I think. Yeah, this one is a cheap record. Yeah, one of these that obviously doesn't get talked about much. But yeah, there's a couple of pressings of this one. With a different cover. This one has the full artwork, the other has the traditional fonts and titles on the front cover as well, but it's apparently more rare. Here's the link to it. DJ Mr. Joel. I'm never trolling. What are you talking about? Hello, I'm the dead. But yeah, I can I can see how some might think so, but not you, DJ Mr. Joel. See, John, this one was for you. And Stefan. Yeah. Yeah, true that. But this one is not terribly difficult either. But a little less, a little more elusive for sure. Well, it's not the worst, huh? Hello Thomas Kiefer. Yes and no. Okay. There's part of this here has sort of a show value. Like I like to have a sort of a background of something a little more chaotic, like the kind of place where, like kind of record store or storage where you would like to dig. The house is a little more organized, although nowadays I'm not so sure about it. And in the house, in the main house, it's only jazz, modern classical, avant-garde, library, and ethnomusicology. I don't think, and doubles. Yeah, I don't think there's there's no dance music, no rock, no rap, nothing modern. Unless it's avant-garde, modern, classical. Hello Antai, how you doing? When is the festival in the Netherlands you're going to? Is it this month or next one? You're welcome. Next one is a little record I bought back when he was released, and back then you didn't know who these people were gonna turn out to be, or who they were whom they were gonna bloom into. But it's someone, an early record from someone. I think it's the first record under his own name, real name. Someone who would go on to become very influential in the avant-garde music scene from my generation. That's quite lovely. This was made in 1969 in the US. Quite mesmerizing as far as I'm concerned. So when is it, Antai? See the kind of jokes we left to make with this kind of music. I hope you're proud of yourself, Rich. Cheers, Danielle, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar, and Max Headroom as well. Thank you, guys. So we're listening to Keith Fullerton Whitman live at the Tremont Theater on the Tonight's label, 2002. That's when he was mostly known as Hrvatsky. There was a Hrvatsky 7-inch in that series of records on that label that was only doing 7 inches, if I remember correctly. Good series, always the same artwork. White names and titles on black background. Here's a little bit of a blurb about it. And here's the catalog from back then. Ashton Navigations, Joseph Sushi, Hrvatsky, Rosie Parlane, Vibra Cathedral Orchestra, Oren Embarki. Limited, but I think I haven't checked, but I would guess this is a dirt cheap record still to this day. Maybe more now than back then. Yeah, this you can get for less than $5. It's a really good record. We listen to side 2. There you go. Hello Joe, how you doing? Timeblind and Chessy, yeah. American sort of post-techno glitch IDM. Actually, I have something close to that lined up right after that. Here's the link to the record we're listening to right now. Recorded live at the Tremont Theater, March 1st, 2001. For this concert, Keith used an Epiphone G-Pass model guitar, an Ernie Ball volume pedal, an Apple Macintosh G3 PowerBook, an Alesis Mini Verb, a Mackie 1204 mixer, and 2 Fender amp cams. Yeah. I remember the joy of finding these records in the record store back then. Rich has a concept tonight. That's cool. Yeah. The PowerBook scene. That yeah. Between 99 and 2002, 3, that was a scene actually. The live shows with the PowerBooks. It is amazing sounding. And this series, these are like 80 or 90 gram 7 inches, like super thick. Almost, yeah. I wonder, like they feel like 78 or records. Hello Ben, how are you doing? Yeah, totally. Wow. Yeah, who was on that label? Now we're listening to something different, but not far away. Also an old 7-inch from the same time. Sort of a coil quality to this one, I think. An artist who was quite prolific and from Australia, so Ben, closer to you. He hasn't been active in a while now. I don't really know why. Or not that I know of, at least. Oh, a record I forgot to add to my my Discogs list. This is on the great UK label Bad Jazz. This is Pimon. Love this artwork. Bad Jazz were a label from Suffolk. They released a lot of stuff by Piano Magic, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Isan, Songs Oaya, Hydroplane, Volume All Stars, Piano Magic, Jessica Bailiff, Solvent. Yeah, the good old days, huh? Let me give you a link to that one. I have a bunch of CDs of him from the time. And it's midnight. What's happening
Testing,
at midnight?
1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, Mario. 3, 2, 1, 4. Ignition. Sound off.
New York, by way of Italy. Yeah. Exactly, Stefan. I believe this is their only album. You listen to the Big Apple theme or the Big Apple. One of the best Italo albums ever, as far as I'm concerned. This is the Italian pressing. Cheers, Joe. Speak later. This is a record I played so much, like 30 years ago when I was playing at bars and stuff like that. Learning the trade of being a DJ.
See happy people dancing to the funky New York beat. See party people jumping in the funny New York streets.
Yellow LP there, up there.
All kinds
This
of
one, Chris?
action happening everywhere from A to Z. All kinds of people laughing, living in peaceful harmony. Whoa, 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 New York. New York, New York. La, 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 New York. Rock dance to the beat, rock dance in the streets. New York, New York, New York. Rock dance to the beat, rock dance in the streets. New York, New York, New York. Whoa, 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 New York.
Well, quite funny you spotted that one. That is actually one of the closest records to what we're listening to.
Rock shake to the beat, rock
It's a good one. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I remember it.
rock shake to the beat, rock shake in the streets. New York, New York, New York.
So MBO and Klein are mostly known for, they had a few semi-hits, but they have one hit. Yeah, maybe I can play it after this one. I'm sure people will remember, some of you will remember it, even if you don't remember the name of the band.
I love New York. 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 I love New York.
So yeah, we just reached 1 hour and a half there, huh? The body music. Barely an hour to go. And where we will go from there, huh? Well, I love the breaks towards the end of the tracks. It gets more dubby. Man, these records, gotta show you the label there because they have these logos that are outrageous. Like, what are you trying to say with a logo like that? Is that a metal band? Is that like a... You wouldn't think this is Italo. You would think this is sort of classic rock trying to compete with... Yeah. The bass in this is really making the track, I think. composed. Yeah, this was the big track on this record, if I remember correctly.
Dirty talk.
But the Klein and MBO theme is also really big. Music composed and arranged by Mario Boncaldo and co-arranged by Davide Piatto. Vocals and lyrics composed by Tony Carrasco. So what's interesting about tracks like that is that obviously you can hear house music here. This is the prehistory of house music. Some of the prehistory. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, well, you better learn how to get that smile. Could be whatever, indeed. This is a really cool arrangement. I have a second album now, I remember, called First, that is also pretty great. I have it somewhere here. I have no idea where. Oh no, First is a different version, it's the American version of that album, now I remember.
There's another side of
Like the whole deconstruction of the track as the intro instead of a break. Love it. Here's the link to it. So it should. Where are the cookies? This is Goodfellow's work. Hey Niels, hur går det? Niels, how about we get a roller disco party at next Tumult? Is this voice high-pitched or what? Ah, I know what you've been doing. Absolute classic.
You laugh the way I sound, but you have turned my love around. Cast your fate up to the sky, 'cause now it's time to say goodbye.
Next record I already showed tonight, but I haven't played it yet. Oh,
And you can
a little bit of a
make
skip
your
here.
dream come true.
Probably some
Visions
dirt.
of the love we knew.
Yeah.
I wonder if this talk will do. Now we live in two new worlds, but here I'm still your sweet thrill girl.
This funny how like I can agree with that. What a bass line. And it's all a shit at the same time. We just now it's all getting together. All the parts. Love it. Yeah, true that. There's been a lot of versions of that track later on. I see what you mean, but you could also say Italo is a pleasure of mine. We know what's corny and cheesy about it, but it's also so romantic in so many ways. Never undervalue romanticism in music making. Look at that logo of the label. Ridiculous. But I guess we gotta love it. Now something completely different. Femsex kanske? Yeah. So, Centi passi del mondo. An album that's the thing. I think on the label it says Moji, and here it says Piero Umiliani, and it is Piero Umiliani. Moji is Piero Umiliani on his own, one of his many labels, Suono del Sound Workshop, but actually Omicron. So in library soundtracks, often musicians and producers, they would have their own label, and sometimes they would change the name of the label, and there would be like numbers, catalog numbers. Here it's also Omicron 0044 34, and often when they were stopping a label, the catalog number would jump to the, like for example on Omicron for 34, the next label would have, if the record came out on the next label, the catalog could be 0035 with a complete different label. But this is a great one. Everything is written in Italian, so I'm not as good there. But it goes, that track was Keith, and this one. Yeah, this is my favorite track on that album. I think there might be a reissue of this. Fairly recent. This is originally from early 70s, and this is probably worth a lot, unfortunately. It's not catastrophic. And yeah, there's a reissue from like 10 years ago on Black Sweat. Here is the version played now. Hello Alex, how you doing? Moonray Tornado Shout. I'll make a note of this one. Without the sort of like weird, mysterious, tense orchestration behind the beats here. This would probably have been mined by people like Madlib. Maybe it has anyways. Hello Jerome. Jerome Lander. New York City. We were just left New York. How you doing? Great texture on that cover. Always felt cool to just touch it. Oh, I think I have a record for Mauricio actually. I planned for you tonight. But with these records, these library soundtracks, you never know what you're gonna get. Contrary to what you're getting with that servo thing I was talking about earlier. So that record I'm gonna play has some serious off-gassing. That came from this. I know this. This is new. No, it's not. Now I remember. So let's see if it still plays. Experiments in disintegrating language, concrete canticle. I put the hymn to the sacred mushroom by Bob Cobbing. Here's a record you don't see every day, I guess. It's a compilation of various sound artists, sound poets. I have a bunch of records featuring Bob Cobbing. Oh, I have quite a few actually. So here's the hymn to the sacred mushroom record I'm playing right now. Sounds good, despite the off-gassing. Love that label. Label design. You're welcome, I'm one of us. Hello, Zetman. This is some of the difficult music, isn't it? I love it. It rings a bell, but you'll have to tell me more. Someone mentioned the record to me the other day. I hadn't thought about it in a while. Look at that label. Does anyone know what it is? So how bonkers is that, huh? No, you don't. I don't think so. I think it would be cool though, because that's a private press. Hello, Mike. But now I'll be honest, I'm playing it also with another record now. And so it should. don't know if you'll be able to see the off-gassing. Yeah. Pretty bad, huh? And it played fine, thankfully. Because I preserved it when I got it. I don't remember who mentioned that record to me the other day. Well, I'm glad he or she did. We're listening to the one and only album by Lork Damon, Journey to the Land of Forgotten Dreams, put out in 1974 by Lork Damon, his own label, Tala Incorporated. I think it's printed, it's not like stamped. I don't know, this is stamped. So yeah, it's probably the same here. Yeah, it is. So he just got like a white generic cover and stamped his artwork on it back in 74. Oh, if this is the case, then you are most correct, Max. Then that Trevor Wishart is also on that album. My bad. Yeah, this is the kind of weird record I was like picking up at record fairs in the late 90s. Yeah, I didn't have much competition back then on this. I don't see it. It's one of these, you know, sort of outsider oddity. How great it is, I don't know, but I actually like it. There's been a lot of records like that that I gathered over the years that I've sold or gave away because, yeah, they were odd and cool, but the music didn't do it enough for me. The link for Lork is right above you now. I am one of us. And just as we're reaching the end of the second hour, let me remind you that it would be nice if you haven't already, if you left a like to the video, a thumbs up, a comment to let me know what you thought of the video tonight, which was quite improvised, I must say. And if you want to support the channel, have this happen almost every Friday for the past 4 years. By all means, it's important, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. Please follow the links in the description of the video if you can afford it, and leave a tip to your DJ of the night. Tonight is a bit slow, quite slow frankly, but last week was pretty good. But yet, huh? Please consider doing so. Just like buying me a beer for the hours we're spending together. Good night, Future Phase. Have a good one. See you later. Next record is one that I think I might have played it a few years ago maybe, but I didn't play. I played the other side from that record. And that one is for Alan Always. So yeah, there's almost no information about that artist, at least that I'm aware of. But here it says, realize that Tala Labs, September 1, 1972. Special thanks to the Institute of Ability and everyone in our testing sessions, and to Studio East Recording, without whom this record would be impossible. Oh, so there is an insert with it that I might be missing. No, it's here. I think I didn't even remember about it. Dedicated to everyone who believes in the beyond. Amazing. Hello Andorra, how are you doing? And cheers to Frédéric. Thank you for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. Merci Fred. The purpose of this record. I can't even read it. The entire collection is about the dream world and astral projection. Both are located on a different level of consciousness than the everyday world. You should notice a change of awareness as the concentration is placed on the sounds of this record. This then is meant to be a controlled means of mind expansion. So of course, when you find a record like that in the wild back then, of course you're gonna take it. So this is from Milwaukee in Wisconsin. So I think it's been 4 years right now, indeed, since I started this version of the stream, and I was doing it. I think it's next week. It was the last week of August. So next week will be a birthday, actually, and 5 years streaming, but not necessarily in that capacity. Yeah, it has, huh? I can't believe this insert. This is so wild. I have to read everything here. A final message. We at Tala Labs Inc. would like to hear your comments, experiences and suggestions for further testing and the development of future records. Well, it stopped there. nice label. Huh? We're listening to William Parker and Matthew Shipp in duo, playing Summertime on piano and bass. Summertime by Gershwin. Here they are young versions of themselves, at least Matthew here. William is already fairly established and experienced. The Yakuza label. Bowed double bass here, love it. So this week I got a grail. Yeah, I know. Waiting 2 hours and 7 minutes to tell you that. One of the hardest records to get of everything I'm still after. This one is a real... This one was a real problematic record to get. And all my investigations, all my attempts turned out with the same answer. So this is a record from Switzerland, and it never turns up, never, online. It's a private press. I have 4 or 5 records from that artist already. I play them here, and every time I contact someone who has that record or who knows about a record, they were close to that musician who passed away a few years back, and they always have a personal story. This one came with such happiness, finds a new owner who appreciates it. I bought it directly from Soar, Christian, the musician, back in the days. I think Christian AB, who passed, is one of the most unique figures in the Swiss musical underground. Of course I'm gonna take that. Keep that. Soar, headphone delicatessa. Next. Let me give you a link for that one actually. super cheap record, the one I just played before. Yeah, it is. So on this side, a bunch of short tracks. It was not a cheap record. Like the marketplace history on that record is not that high, and the seller, like I guess he just needed the money, and he didn't want to part from it for nothing or for on the cheap. And I just assessed my the likelihood of this turning up on the regular, and I think it's not high. So here it is. And of course, like I had to discover this by like you had to buy this to finally get a chance to listen to it. Still missing a couple of his records, but that's also part of the fun of the hunt. But yeah, this was really one of. I have a list. I've already said that a few times. I have a list. Hello Quint, how you doing? Hello Chris. Good afternoon. Yeah, I have a pretty big want list in the thousands, and then I have a real selected one that is about 200, 250 at best. And then I have an active, focused want list that is in about 50 records that I'm on a daily basis looking for, and this is one of them. So that was good. And I can imagine some people would find it a little bit crazy when you listen to this, that how high this would stand in my wants hierarchy, but this is sort of exactly what I'm into. Sort of Einstürzende Neubautens, collapsing structures that are being built at the same time as they're collapsing. Lots of 7 inches today. This is a 10 inch, by the way. But next we have another 7 inch. Brand new. I entered it on Discogs today. But we'll listen a little more to Soar, Christian IB. There was a compilation of his work that came out last year through a label from, I think, Australia. Not really sure. So his discography is slowly getting sort of cult hyped. Obviously here, I have to take my share of the blame or credit. And that compilation you can easily find. Yeah. Good night, Bernd. Nice to see you. Don't we all, huh? There's like 15 minutes left to the stream. And some really interesting stuff. With interesting artwork. I'm just gonna let this one play a little more. The other side has longer tracks. One pretty long track actually, and 2 or 3 other normal length tracks. Hey. Cheers, Piper. Thank you, Chris, for leaving a nice little tip in the coffee jar. And someone else, I think, left a little one as well. Angela. Thank you, Angela, for supporting the streams, huh? It's somewhat slow night, as I was saying, but I always appreciate you when you understand how crucial this is for this stream. So this guy was doing this music between like 1995 and 2010 in the Alps of Switzerland, without ever being acknowledged beyond his borders, I would assume. I've only heard about him. The way I discovered him was literally through Discogs digging. Discogs exploratory mining. And it was kind of the right time, since that's a little bit before his record started to be increasingly more elusive. And Lars Den Bosch, or 2 Den Bosches away, I saw a copy of a record I already had, and a friend of the stream, Bonnie Votel, Andy Votel's brother from another mother, was right by me, and I told him, you should take this. I could have taken it and sold it for a shitload of money, but nah. Alright, this record was just released, but it's already sold out, so you'll have to find, if you're interested in it, you'll have to find a way beyond traditional distribution. They also only did 111 copies. It's a scanner on a sub-label of Cathedral something, like a shoegaze label basically. But this is their Feral Child sub-label that is supposed to only be made of 100 releases before they stop. And this is 107 out of 111. But what is this? This is early Scanner Robin Rimbaud recordings. The track we're listening to is from 1988, and it doesn't say here, but it was recorded at the Swim studio. Swim is the private studio of one of the guys from Wire, who Robin is still part of the band Githead, who's going to perform this summer or in the coming months at festivals. Malka Spiegel and what's his name from Wire, the husband of Malka Spiegel. Someone help me out. My God. Is there a Mazifest right now? So this is Scanner before Scanner, when he was part of the underground scene of experimental music in the UK, but not yet known. But he collaborated and met with so many people. Colin Newman, thank you, Bobby. So this was recorded at Colin Newman's private studio under his supervision, I would say. Oh, there's vinyl coming to this weekend. Oh, nice. I had no idea. So this was recorded on Tascam 4-track tape recorder. Here's the link on Discogs to the info. Pretty happy with it, I must say. It's a little record. Like they didn't sell it too expensive for such a limited release. And yes, it's a laugh cut, a really high quality. So what we're listening to right now track from this compilation. Sounds of the geographically challenged. Sorry about that. The other side is 45, that's what threw me off. This is Windsor for the Derby. Wonderful compilation, 4-track with lo-fi band fuck, wino and 4 coordination. Sorry about that. Another John Peel. See? I should I should have gone through everything in this. That's quite funny though that it happened that way. Here you can see Adam Wiltsey being part of Windsor for the Derby at the time, from Stars of the Lid. But yeah, that will be the end of us today. Yeah. LOS of 10's victims. We're listening now to an old favorite of mine that has been reissued. So there's that. Let me give you the link for that Windsor for the Derby compilation track. Because it's, I think it's still cheap, but it's really under the radar. Can't be that many copies. They probably pressed like 1,000 of it back then, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Here it is. Thank you, Bobby Braden, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Merci beaucoup, Bobby. Daniel Valencien and Philippe Maté, two French sound engineers of the late 60s, 70s. This is their first and only album on the Sarava label. I think this got reissued by Le Souffle Continu. Yeah, we're listening to Sansa Salé. So it's a Gabonese Sansa track, but with tons of effects, delays, etc. and such. But so, thank you everyone for stopping by. An extra special thanks to Bobby, to Thomas Corcoran, to Piper, to Angel Miller, to Frédéric, to who else? To Max Headroom, Daniel, Mr. Zosh. Who else? Rafal, Marcos, to Frank, to Bernd Hüller, Bernd Kugoff, Thomas Corcoran. And if you like the stream, again, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and tip your DJ of the night if you haven't already. But I have to leave you with hoping you get a nice weekend, a nice week. I also wanted to say, for those of you who remember our old friend Davis Winchester, Fred Perlman, if you know him, if you know who I'm talking about, and if you have means, if you've been in contact with him, get in touch with him. He needs he needs us right now. It's not necessarily catastrophic, but he could use your empathy. He's been a good friend of mine since the beginning of that channel. He was one of the 2 channels that inspired me to start this channel. Not that we do anything too similar at all. He hasn't been doing videos for years now, but yeah, I thought I'd mention it. And yeah, if you have means to say hi to him, that would mean a lot to him. Cheers, everyone. And check Anushka's album with Robert Lippok. And I'll see you next week. Be well, everyone, indeed. Thank you, John.